Kumarswamy Mahavidyalaya Avsa, District Latur in Maharashtra State, is organized an international e-conference. It's a daily webinar series. For today's session on the dais is Honorable Dr. Sreeja C S ma'am. So first of all, I heartily welcome to you, madam, for the dais. I welcome the chief organizer of an international e-conference, our ideal principal, Dr. M. Bedkar sir, and also welcome all those dear attendees. The topic for today's presentation is cyber security and social engineering, relevance and its topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Sreeja C S ma'am. Now let me introduce in short. Ma'am is serving as an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Science and who is from Christ University, Bangalore. So with this brief introduction, now I request you, madam, please start your presentation on today's topic, cyber security and social engineering, relevance and its impact. You are most welcome, madam, please.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I had shared my slide. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, and
you may proceed.
Okay, and I'm audible, right? Okay.
Yes. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, greetings to all who are present here. So, today's topic is, as sir already mentioned, cybersecurity and social engineering, relevance and impact. So, what I'm going to discuss today, this is the outline for today's discussion. We'll start with a little bit of anecdotes and then followed by the cybersecurity, few of the aspects which are critical for cybersecurity. Then social engineering, the interplay between the two topics, cybersecurity and social engineering, and also how relevant it is, followed by impact. So I would like to start with a small anecdote. As you can see on the screen, 2020 Twitter accounts hijacked. This is something all of us are aware of as a news that came into picture, or maybe it came as a shock for few of the cybersecurity experts, because all of us know Twitter as a platform, right? All of us are using it, right? And millions of followers we have for many leaders, influencers, and so on. So what has happened on July 15th there was a message, as you can see on the screen. This was a message. We are giving back to our community, okay, and then we support Bitcoin, and we believe you should too. So the idea is you pay something as Bitcoin and you will get double the funds. So since this message came like this, many of the people, okay, really got interested into this, because you are paying, okay, and then you are actually getting double of the amount what you paid, right? So many of them were happy and they were part of it. Main reason, as you can see in this slide, right, you can see the prominent leaders like Joe Biden and then Barack Obama, right? There are many posts from such people. Okay, so the people who are highly influential, and then the message seems to be very relevant because this has come from people whom you're following from maybe many days, right? And then this seems to be kind of opportunity for many of Twitter users. So what they have done, okay, they started contributing, right? Within some time, actually what happened, there were many such posts on the Twitter platform, and then many of them contributed to it. But what has happened is that was an attack, a cybersecurity attack. Okay, so as we can see, it was actually an attack on privacy, trust, and then security. Okay, so there was a trust, right? Okay, I'm following someone who is a genuine user and they are asking, right? There was a message which seems to be very relevant. And then people believed it. So the trust factor came into picture and then they paid for it. But actually that was a cybersecurity attack. And what type of attack? That was actually social engineering, right? And social media platform is something all of us are using in our daily life, whether it may be Twitter, then Instagram or Facebook, whatever, right? And these are favorite tools for us, and similarly favorite tools for attackers as well. So what has happened is this is also a media which is highly vulnerable. When I say vulnerable, it is easily prone to attacks. So this topic is high relevance because all of us are using digital media, right? Some or the other way we are into different platforms, right? As a user or maybe as an organization, somehow we are part of this. right? So what has happened is this was considered as one of the worst attack. Okay, it can become even worse, is what people commented during that time. People, when I say cybersecurity experts, they commented it could have been worse. Okay, so few of them were happy. Okay, only up to this limit, it stopped. It was stopped. Now, next you can see a message. This is from my own Twitter post, okay, which I received from support of Twitter. Now, they detected it as a social engineering attack. Okay, so today's topic is cybersecurity and then social engineering. So actually, what has happened? Few of the people, when I say few of the people who might be hackers, we can say, or attackers, they targeted few of the prominent people in Twitter who has millions of followers, and they used their accounts. Now, how they use their accounts, we will come to that. And they were successful in using the genuine accounts of the user, okay, and they posted their post, which was not came from the people who are no authenticated user, but from someone who the attackers, okay, they simply posted throughout the Twitter. So this is what happened, and then followed a series of posts from Twitter. You can see it as on next day, July 16th, telling that some of our employees with access to internal system and tools, actually, that's where the system got affected. So the attackers basically affected no, by using the tools and techniques whatever the employees might have been used. So employees, or maybe we humans, are the weakest point in a system. When I say in terms of cybersecurity, right? So weakest point in terms of system. So this is something all of us have to look into, and we also know that okay, this is something we have to consider. Now, when I say cybersecurity, so this is one of the antidote I want to talk on, because this is something really everyone got kind of a genuine shock in very layman term, and also cybersecurity experts had a serious concern coming from such place. So when I say cybersecurity, what comes to your mind might be data, virus, safety of my data, hacking, right? Human error, possible. Sometimes, okay, maybe one of the person in the organization left the link open, okay, left a vulnerable link open. All those things comes into picture. And then, so what is it? It can be cybersecurity, can be in very simple terms. Actually, you have a system, you have to protect your system, right, and mitigate the way to attack. It can be by through combination of using people. Maybe you come up with certain policies, okay, depending on your organization, or you bring certain process, or maybe a technology to protect, right? If it's an enterprise, all the systems should be in place. Okay, then we can say, okay, we are having some sort of security for our entire system, whatever it may be. It can be an individual level or maybe an enterprise level, right? So you have different type of system which is connected. It can be a person sitting in front of a laptop and using the laptop, or maybe a mobile as well. Okay, basically you have to protect the data and your data from attackers. This is a in general term what is cybersecurity about. Now, what are the important aspects I have to consider, okay, for cybersecurity? There are many terms are available, but I'll say in simple, the CIA triad we have to follow. Any data, it has to be confidential. So we say confidentiality is something, say only I have to access some data and it should only come to me, confidential, right? And integrity, whatever the data it has come to me should not be modified by others. Okay, modified by others means I'm sending a message, say good morning or maybe good evening all. It should come to you as good evening all. It should not be modified selling hey everyone. As simple as that, right? Now availability. It should be available for me. Okay, I'm trying to access the Gmeet link, right? It should be available. What if someone blocks it, right? So that is what availability is. Okay, I received some message. Okay, so that's the three things we have to consider in terms of cybersecurity critical aspects. So confidentiality, integrity, and then availability. There are many. Now, few of the threats definitely we might have heard of: WannaCry, ransomware, malware, phishing, DDoS attack, and all. WannaCry is something I think globally there was an issue. What is happening in that? It's like you have a Windows operating system. Basically, attackers block all your data. It might be kept in a form you cannot access. Simple, encrypted. You pay some amount and get your own data. So just imagine this was happened, right? And it was actually kind of starting from the organization to individual level. This has happened, and people have to pay this as cryptocurrency. Bitcoin Bitcoin. They asked, give me some money and take your own data, which is something very serious concern, right? My own data I have to buy by giving money. So this is what happened in case of WannaCry ransomware. Very popular, right? This attack was very popular, but not in good terms, right? Phishing, DDoS attack, malware. These are few of the technical terms. Are very simple examples of cyber threats what we have, right? Few of them. So when I say DOS, like basically denying, okay, denial of service attack. Malware, it can be simply bringing some software and inserting into a system, okay, and it actually acts as an attack within the system by maybe your system is not working properly. It can be a malicious software, as simple as that. Now, there are many types of attack. As you can see, it can be phishing, it can be man-in-the-middle attack. Maybe someone comes between two different people and taking their data in different terms. Then you can see AI-powered attacks. So something nowadays we have ChatGPT, right, coming into the picture. We talk about Gen AI and all those things. So you have AI-powered attacks as well, merits, and then the other way as well. Password attack. Someone simply took your password. There are different means to do that. So they might have done this. And ransomware, I had mentioned eavesdropping. Simply you are using your system, you are entering password, someone behind you. We call it as shoulder surfing or maybe eavesdropping. They took your password, they use your password. So it starts from a simple password to different type of techniques. Okay, these are few of the cyber attacks. Now let us come to the second part of today's topic, which is social engineering. Right? When I say social engineering, how human behavior, right, affects cybersecurity related issues. Right? As a human being, we have a tendency. The first answer out what I said, right? There was a post by someone, okay, whoever is whether the prominent leader or maybe an influencer. But do I have to really pay? What happens is that when I get such a message, so as a human being, my tendency is that I may get some money back, right? So I should give a try. So that behavior is what actually caused more harm. So social engineering works that way, right? Your decision at that particular moment, how we behave as human beings, right? So manipulating individual and then taking the information, or simply from bank, right? Nowadays bank also sends us information telling that do not share any information to others when you get a call. Okay, don't share pin, password, and so on. Why? People simply call, okay, and tell that, okay, your some relative is in an emergency and we are standing near to them, right? And please give your mobile bank details or account details or pin so that we need money urgently to admit him to hospital. There are many cases, such cases getting reported every day, not just when I say I'm from Karnataka, I'm staying right now, or Indian context, global context, any other country for this, this matter, it is happening. It is happening and it is a serious concern because that moment, whoever is listening to on the other side, emotionally they might be panicked that time, right? So they are in a dilemma how to proceed further. Is it real or fake? No, that time within that time they have to take a decision. So that behavior or what you do at that particular moment is what actually these attackers are manipulating, right? And the result, what happens? We will give away some information which is confidential. So bank information is one simple thing, and you're getting some link on your mobile. Immediately you're getting a call. Madam, by mistake, I had sent you some money. Can you give it back to me? Right? These are one simple example. So I can think as a simple user, okay, by mistake it came to me, I will return, right? But the link you are clicking that particular moment, or maybe the message you might be sending might be good enough for the attacker to take all your information, to empty your bank account, and so on. So social engineering technique is something nowadays people are facing lot of issues, right? So cyber attack and social engineering, if both are coming together, then serious issues. So you can see many techniques are available. Phishing, simply telling I'm from bank, right? News also we can see, okay, we are from police department, we want to go for search, right? This is a various pretext people are coming and doing it, setting up scenario and then coming and using the situation, right? You can see various such categories. So real world examples, as I mentioned, one common example is from bank, right? We are from bank, or maybe we are from police department. So suddenly people may be panic, they're making use of the situation. One simple example of social engineering. So there is a definition. It is only people coming to you and calling you. No, it may be simply you are clicking a software, right? Or maybe downloading a software which you should not, clicking a link, right? You should not, visiting a website, we should not have done that, right? Or maybe simply you send the money, as I mentioned, wrong account, maybe a wrong account, maybe it turns out to be a criminal. When I say criminal, it might be an attacker, right? Who is making use of the same technique for all the users, globally, or maybe depending on concentrating on certain area. Okay, these people are not highly, using digital devices, so I will play with them, right? And also senior citizens, right? Maybe they use, some of them might be, getting new phones, smartphones, maybe using for the first time, right? Maybe by mistake the link has been clicked. The intention is not to click the link, but then there are set of messages. This messenger works that, keep sending lot of message. So what happens, even not necessary, right? Everyone, okay, any age. So what happens is that we keep getting a lot of messages. So what I'll do, simply I click on one of the message. My intention is not to read the message, simply by mistake. That also leads to any of the attacks. So these are few of the things which, social engineering techniques people are using. Now, human factor, as I mentioned, is the weakest link in cyber defense. I have a proper system in place, different type of security mechanisms. It may be physical, okay, how I set up my organization. There is a physical security, there is a cyber security system in place, antivirus for all the laptops, as simple as that, starting to firewall, and so on, right? But what has happened, what is going to happen? One of the employee left the system open, right? And someone else who is an attacker waiting to enter, okay, maybe the employee sitting outside the organization accessing it. So there comes the weakest link. Okay, so there comes the weakest link, which is really difficult to defend as well, right? We cannot predict as well who is going to be. Now, this is the reason social engineering is actually is having highest success rate. Okay, so I had given a major breach examples, and 2013 there was a data breach attack, and it is considered as one of the largest data breach. During that time, most of you might have had Yahoo account, right? So during that time, what has happened is most of the users, even I had a Yahoo account, I was using that Yahoo account, received a mail telling that your account has been compromised, okay, and then change your password. That is the only information I got. It was not even mentioned as compromise. Please change your password, as we may doubt. But later we came to know that it is not just me or my friends. It's lot of data, whatever Yahoo had, right, has been data breach has happened. I mean, someone has took the entire data of the user. But what happened to Yahoo later, right? So it is affecting the reputation, right? Nowadays, do we use Yahoo Mail? Do we have that, right? So it has actually affected the reputation of any organization for that matter. But Yahoo, I said, because that is something I personally experienced, and I think most of you might have experienced with any of such incidents. Maybe I'll ask you also just put it in the text box. Maybe I'll see once that as well. Whether anything is there in the chat. Okay, no. If you have questions, you can just put it in the comment section. So I will also look into that. Okay. Okay. So, and then, okay, I think you can see now. I just continue with the presentation, and I'll come back to questions. After that, you can just put it in the chat box. Okay. Now, common social engineering techniques, as I mentioned, okay, some mails are coming to us. This is something which all of us are facing. Even I got an email from, I was part of some professional body. So what has happened is the one who is leading the professional body, I received an email telling that our professional body needs some funds to conduct an event. Very genuine. And it has come from a person, name is clearly mentioned. So what I should have done? Immediately respond to that. Okay, we are waiting for some funds. Okay, so the funds actually belong to the professional body. We are waiting for some approval, and it is delayed. This was the message, and we have to conduct the event. So time being, we have to proceed. Later, we will get the funds. So what has happened actually is it has not come from the genuine person. So since I am part of little into information security and all, one thing what I had done is I opened the email, and then I check from whom it has come. There is email ID part, right? You can see the name first, and if you click on that, you can see the email ID. the user at gmail.com, at yahoo.com. So from the email ID, the first name I identified, it has not come from the person whom it was intended to. It was sent by some ABC, right? So it is clearly telling that it is actually a kind of social engineering. They are phishing. So the first part, they had sent an information. If I had not checked that, definitely I would have communicated. I'm also part of that professional body, right? We have to conduct the event, and we were working on it. So this not just me, the entire community. I don't know how they got access to our group also. Okay, this has happened a few years back, and then we were working. This was actually some extracurricular thing which we are doing as part of our research. So, and this has happened, but all of us were into cyber security, so none of us fall into that trap. So all of us discussed about this, and then we decided not to reply to that mail. Okay, so these are simple things which we can do to protect ourselves as an individual. Okay, and pretexting. So as I mentioned, okay, some scenario, okay, something has happened at your home, you come immediately to home. So, but before coming, you send us this information, right? Happens. And I'm telling that, okay, your name is so and so, right? And this is your address, this is your phone number, you work here, right? We are calling from so and so company. So, betting. They already have some of your information, and they're keeping their information so that they can extract remaining information from you. What they want? Confidential information. Nowadays, all of our information are available everywhere. Every day, all of us are getting information or maybe calls telling that, madam, you want credit card, right? Ma'am, can you give some funds? How do they get all this information, right? So all of our information are available everywhere, right? We are living digital footprints. I am very sure all of you might have got at least once, right, a call asking, do you need a credit card? You might be a student that time, but still, right? And also, like you are working in so and so institution, you are interested in some loan, right? Or maybe, can you please provide some funds? Definitely, you used to get this thing. And the new scam is that you get a video call. Okay, immediately. If you respond, you are done. So then they may post something which is not so. The content might not be good at the other end, and then they capture those videos, and then they start threatening people. These are some of the recent news which we can see, right? So how these are happening? It's all social engineering, different type of techniques they are utilizing depending on how do we as human beings behave at that particular decision, or maybe behave and the decision we take. Shall I attend the call or not? If it is unknown, do not attend the call, right? Unknown, when I say especially video calls, the number may be, look at it if it is genuine. We do have many apps available nowadays, right, to look at it and decide whether I have to take this call or not, whether I have to reply this message or not, whether I have to respond this mail or not, right? They will simply tell, okay, we have all your information, right? They might not have. Simply, they want to utilize the situation and then proceed. Now, what happens? What is the impact? Financial loss, right? And the emotional difficulty. What happens after this particular financial loss we have to bear, right? Damage to reputation, as I mentioned in the case of Yahoo data breach, right? Lot of damage. So the reputation is really important, even it is a brand or a person, right? If something goes, then trust also comes down, right? Maybe not. If something happens to a brand, people might not buy. Whether it is product or services from that particular brand. Antivirus, okay? If there is some issue with the antivirus, do we go and purchase that antivirus? No, right? Because we want protection. If it is not there, or security, right? We will not. So high profile social engineering attacks on companies, it has happened. Yes, the Twitter is one of the example. And I mentioned Twitter Bitcoin scam is one of that. Data breach. See, all this comes as high profile cases, so we will come to know. Every day such cases are getting reported, okay, at personal level, right? So we have to analyze, okay, and an analysis on this to actually give us some idea that how we social engineering attacks. There are n number of is one of the things which is increasing. We can limit this. How? As I mentioned, okay, training and awareness program at your home. Okay, your kids are there, even elder persons, senior citizens are there who use digital media. Tell them these are happening. Okay, these are happening around us. Make them aware about all those things. They might not be aware, right? They may not sit and read the entire articles, right? So it may happen. Then strong security policies and protocol. If you're working in an organization or company, keep everything in place, right from hardware security to software security. and also bring awareness to your employees, telling that okay, these are the things that's happening. All might be good technically, but what happens when we are working, we are busy with working, we might see the mail, we will not look at what is the, from whom it came. Name is clearly visible, I know that person, right? So I will reply. No, check whether it has come from a genuine person, then reply. When using multi-factor authentication, apart from password, nowadays bank also insist use OTP. All of us are using, right? For bank they will send one OTP, so that is known as two factor. You have a password plus OTP, so you are having two different factor, we will call it as multi-factor. If you are into an organization, conduct regular audits. Why we need this? Because what has happened in most of the cases, attack has happened but it is not noticed, it went unnoticed. Okay, so audit will help us to realize okay, something has gone wrong or not. For accounts we do audit, right? Regularly we do that. Similarly for security also, we have to go with the audits. That helps all of us. Now, impact and relevance. Why I am talking about no, the impact, we have seen the impact it's going to, on financial level, and also at our emotional level, many reputation, all those things, right? And then what is the relevance? See the statement. So I have taken the statement from the relevant source. So the world economy, okay, the cyber crime might cost USD 10.5 trillion. Okay, trillion. There it's talking about trillions. Okay, so you understand what is the relevance of this particular topic, right? So I'm not running an industry. Why I have to consider this? I have to consider as an individual, right? At least I should not fall into social engineering. So, and also it is relevant because lot of systems, right? What the COVID has brought us many opportunities, right? Like we have this online platform, right? Right now I'm talking, right? But then what has happened? Devices are increasing. Work from home option is there. Many devices connected, right? From using door sensors at home, we are bringing all the technology to home as well. We have Alexa, we have Siri, right? Everything is there at home. We are getting monitored. We do have cameras at home, right? To monitor. So all those things are there, right? So data breach report also tell us how it is. You can see. Okay, as you can
Ma'am,
see.
PPT is not changed, ma'am.
Which one, sir? Data breach has come?
The PPT is not changed, not movable.
Oh, okay, sir. Now, can you see data breach right now?
No, madam. We are on the page social engineering, impact of social engineering organization. Yes.
Okay. Okay. This was case study which we had
Case
already
study.
discussed. Yeah,
Yes,
which
yes, yes.
we had already discussed on target data breach. I was telling about the Yahoo data breach, and then Twitter. We started with the antidote. Right. Okay. I'll stop sharing and then reshare. Okay. These are a few of the things which we had already discussed. Maybe I'll ensure. And I'll just reshare. The same thing, whatever I had discussed, few bullet points are there. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Data breach.
Yes.
2003.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I was discussing about all those. So this is what I had discussed about social engineering attacks, which has happened. Both case study or maybe antidote, we can say, they are discussed, and also how do we prevent it. So this is something I said, using employee training, using OTPs. I said as a double layer of security. So multi-factor. This is something I had discussed, and I said this slide I was talking about. What is the impact? Impact is that world economy is expecting, or the cyber crime is going to cost USD 10.5 trillion. It's a huge amount, right? We can do many things with that. So if we have to pay this much for cyber crime, so that is not okay. So it has relevance. And as I mentioned, it's not necessary, I have to be always look into organization perspective. Organization has to be protected. But at individual level also we need privacy. This is what I was talking about, the relevance. Network is growing more and more. It is becoming complex because many devices are connected. All of us are using some or the other way digital devices, starting from mobile, tablets, and maybe desktop, right? And then what you mentioned, like Alexa, Siri, ChatGPT, AI, many things are coming into picture, right? And the data breach report, the last year report by Gartner, who Gartner is someone who always gives the audit and analysis of many reports. They say, this is the average cost of a data breach, what has happened in 2023. You can see 4.45 million. Okay, it is an increase of 15% from last 3 years. So it is very huge actually. The percentage, the way it has shooted up shows how the data breach, costing us, all of us more, right? And it's going to be higher. As you can see, 2025, we are expecting more, right? Now, can I, as an individual, can I do something about it? Best practices, right? What I can do, these are the simple practices which we can do to protect ourselves, right? Some communication, whatever the communications may be, unsolicited. Some communication comes, be alert on that particular communication before responding. A simple way, check before you reply and verify the identity of the sender. Someone has sent, whether bank has sent, how do I know? Call your bank and check, right? Because you might have contact. Directly call the bank or go to bank and check. Madam, you send OTP. No one will ask you. None of the banks will ask you for an OTP or your PIN number. Verify before responding. Next, ma'am, you had not paid electricity bill. Okay, this is one of the regular thing which is happening at senior citizens might be at home. They will think, okay, I had not paid. Now what to do? Click on the link which I had sent. Don't do that. They will not do anything, right? They will not immediately come and cut your electricity. They will come with some person, right? You can talk to them and find out. Sharing personal information. Don't share any of the personal information, especially like whether your Aadhaar card, give the Aadhaar card details, they may ask. Don't give such information. And whenever you are using some platform, use strong passwords. It's not ABCD or maybe use combination. Some digits, some symbol. It can be combination of your name, date of birth, or so and so. Okay, and use OTP. We have OTP or maybe the second password provision available, especially when it comes to something like bank. You always make use of that things. Now, what is the future? We have to live right in a digital world. That is something all of us are very clear. Now, how to deal with this is what we have to learn, right? This is going to be there. Now, how we are going to address this as an individual, as organization level. Organization level, many more things are there which we have to look into. At individual level, at least we have to look into the importance of continuous education. In spite, you belongs to literature, you belong to social science, I belong to arts, doesn't matter. Whatever the domain you are working on, these are the basic things. Whether you are from computer science also, doesn't mean that I am from computer science, I will not look into all those things. No. We should be more cautious when we are into this because we know this is what's happening. Irrespective of any domain, any age, right? These are few of the things which we have to look at to keep our self very safe, right? This is the relevance of this particular topic. And also let us all, use our devices happily, enjoy the merits of the social media or whatever we are using without any constraints. So this is what I want to say. And now the forum is open for the question and answer. Just look into the chat box if you have any inquiries.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for the wonderful presentation. You have delivered a nice talk about the cyber security, its impacts and its relevance, and how to take precaution in such kind of attacks. So thank you so much once again. Now I request all dear participants for your queries. If you have, please discuss with keynote speaker. Dear participants.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
And good evening, all of you. Thank you, Principal Dr. M.M. Bedkar sir, Prashant sir, and all our organizing committee members. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your presentation is very good. And your lecture is informative, knowledgeable, and excellent session. Topic is good, and this is useful for us. I have one question, ma'am. First question is, what is the social impact in cyber security? And second question is, what is a relevance in cyber security?
Okay. So I'll address first question. You're asking about social impact, right? So all of us belong to this society first, right? Then only our profession, everything comes into. So we as human being belong to a society and we live in a society, right? So anything happens, so some cybersecurity issue, as I mentioned, one of the recent or news which has come into picture is like one of a she was working with IT industry, right? But then she got a call from someone telling that we are from matrimony. Okay, and then they started communicating, and then it no, everything seems to be relevant for her because they give all the genuine information. Okay, and then marriage also fixed. This is something which has really happened in Hyderabad. Marriage also fixed, and then the groom has to travel from different country. Then he called telling that, okay, I lost. I have to carry some of the gold that was purchased for bride, and he has been detained at airport. Has been have to pay some money, and what he has is only dollars. So everything, she is also no person who works in computer research. She not okay, everything is genuine, right? And then she said, okay, I will transfer the money. Once you are back, we will give it. Then she transferred. Okay, I think almost some 30 lakhs to 70 lakhs was done. Then after that, what happened? There is no such information. Then she's waiting for the call. And then they call to airport just to check whether something like this has happened. Then she comes to know that there is no such person at the airport itself. So what has happened in this case is identity theft. He is posting the pictures also. What this person has done is he has taken a picture from social account of no, I think it was from Facebook they had taken and made use of that particular person's identity throughout all the communication. When the case was registered, police went to the person who is no, the genuine person. Also, he has no clue about this. So you imagine, so the social impact is, the entire family got affected because of this, right? So we have to build a nation, and when I say the social impact, it may affect from at individual level to national security as well, especially when it comes to nuclear energy. You might have remember the debate which has happened between Russia and US. Few, I think last year around this time was there news because of the issues related to data, which has been not done by both of the countries actually. So the social impact is that it may affect the individual level, even to national level security. So then I'll address the second question: how relevant is cybersecurity? It is highly relevant, right? I think that was the question, right, sir? Sir?
Oh, okay. Right, ma'am.
And cybersecurity, when we say, see, now all of us have to go with this cybersecurity. Definitely, because all of us are using digital system. Right now, I am sitting in front of this system, right? This event might not have happened if I have to travel and come all the way, right? So we have all these benefits. We are using these benefits. So along with any technology comes both, right? The merits of that and then the other way as well. How do we use it? So at least we should know and secure our, as I said, the privacy, trust, and then security factors. We should learn how to use this. Okay, with little bit of technology and also the knowledge of minimal information needed for an information to address this issue. It is high relevant to live happily in this digital world, right? Okay.
I think that your explanation is wonderful and excellent. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, respected Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir and Prashant sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now Dr. Swanand Shukla sir. Please, sir.
Hello.
You are
Dr. Bedkar sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation, and nowadays, this is one of the very important issue where we have to pay attention. And I think nowadays, after the COVID-19, everybody started using, banking and other things. That is there, definitely there. But nowadays, we are having a big institutes like, what we can say, our military force, they have their own data. Their own leaked data, and then they are getting, other. But the important data goes to them. So in such instances, that like a health data and it has been hacked by Chinese company or something like that, that is also true. So we don't and what that is you know
I think
the security thing. There are some people sitting on there is that the hackers. Instagram.
Shukla sir. Shukla sir, your voice is breaking. We are not getting properly. Okay, then who is again? Daiva, something is there. Please ask. Someone have raised his hand. Please, if you have any question, come ahead, please.
I don't know whether my internet connection will be stable, but I will not come on video. So I think the things will become little easier. So
Yes, yes.
my question was very simple that, in such a high level places, how we can provide security, one thing. And I was talking about another episode, on Instagram, people were asking for, on my name, they were asking money. And one of my student got this message and he said, why sir wants this? And he called me. I said, I never asked. And that is how then I started putting blocking. I placed my this request to all people to block this Insta, and they started blocking that Insta, and I think the things were over. So that is how we worked out. So please comment on this. The places where there is a secrets and trade secrets of our country. It should not be misused by someone else. So what are the kind of systems are there for this? Thank you.
Please unmute and talk. Madam, please
Madam, please
unmute
unmute.
yourself. Click on
Unmute.
that unmute.
am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so I addressed the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
question.
Yeah.
The first question was what happens to our data in terms of where we need high level security, whether it is military or then healthcare, right? So we do have many techniques like we say cryptographic techniques which are available. Encrypt your data and keep it safe. So this is one of the method what we use. For that also we do have different levels of encryption techniques, right from hashing password. So Google, when we save our password, the simple thing what is happening is that it will be converted into something called hash and then save. So hashing password is one simple technique normally what we use in our email system. And when it comes to data security or healthcare data and all, people do use encryption techniques. Like we do have many algorithms in place. I'm very sure all these algorithms was proposed or came into picture for military applications itself. Then only it came into cryptography and available for public right now. So we do have such type of security existing for high level data and also hardware level security also possible. So these two are techniques what they use plus audit at every stage. I think that was the first question. And the second question about the Insta, you said your student got a message telling to pay. This is something which was happening, not just Insta, Facebook also, especially during pandemic. Even I got a request from one of my friend, and that what we did is like we did not respond to that because I started creating fake profiles. Okay, exactly. Look, it will look like replica of your same profile, and people will create the similar profile. Take your own picture, as I mentioned in the case. What has happened recently. So they do take your social media message. It looks so genuine that people fall into trap. So in any such cases, what you have done is a good job. You just posted to entire community telling that this has happened. So let us know our own network that this is something happened. Be aware of this is one thing. And whenever you get a message, directly communicate to the person. If they are in need of this or money, whatever it is, they will come to you directly. They don't have to do it through social media. This is one thing, as I mentioned, social media is one of the weakest, okay, and the most useful platform as well. So Twitter is a very good, lesson all of us have learned, including cyber experts were kind of worried. Plus, also, they were thinking how it can happen to Twitter, a platform where throughout the country many leaders are there, but it has happened. So we have to be a little cautious about how do we deal with it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is there anyone with their questions? I think Madam have explained. It's very clearly. We covered all aspects regarding the topic. Each and every points have made it very, very clear. So there is no doubt the session was very wonderful one. Now I request the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Dr. M. Betkar sir, to conclude the session. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Dear participants, we all know that we are organizing an international e-conference on behalf of the Sri Kumarswamy Mahavidyalaya Ausa, placed in Latur district. The topic was very significant and relevant to each and every person's. That is the cyber security and social engineering, its relevant and impacts, which have been explained by today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Sreeja CS, ma'am. Ma'am, really it was a very nice session. You have given very informative speech in the session today. You talked about the different aspects, that is cyber security, then key aspects, then common social engineering techniques, social engineering attacks, the case study beyond the social engineering attacks, then cyber attack, social engineering, cyber crime, its impacts, relevance, then phishing in cyber security, and attack techniques, as well as the prevention methods. You have covered these aspects, details in your lecture so nicely, clearly, madam. Really, it was a very new knowledge we got today, because everyone we are just going through the mobiles, and these hijackers, they may hijack by calling and many of the messages like that, and we get attacks in such hijackers. So really it is a need to everyone how to take care from this such kind of crimes like that. And you explained very nicely, madam. Thank you so much. You have paid your valuable time to the series. I thank the chief organizer of an international conference, that is Dr. M. Bedkar sir. Also thanks Dr. Devidas Kendre sir, Dr. Harendra Singh, Dr. Sanal Shukla sir for their queries, nicely interacted with the keynote speaker. And I should not forget each and every participants who joins regularly. Dear participant, I would like to mention that we are organizing this series, international conference, that to provide different kind of knowledge among the peoples, among the attendees. But many of the they are just joining and listening. They are paying their attention somewhere. So we are not getting the proper intention beyond such keeping the lectures every day. So kindly request to you all, please, when you join, each and every words must be listen. Each and every talks from the keynote speaker. You have to be listen carefully, and then you ask the questions. Means what happens, as our principal Sreeja have said, that if you ask nice question, then definitely some kind of vision in your mind or in your whatever that comes forward, and we will get different kind of knowledge while explaining by keynote speaker like that. So kind request to you all, please be prompt when you join to the session. Kindly pay attention 100% to the session itself. So thanks a lot once again to you all. Now request.
Sorry, sir. I have sent a message in the inbox that my question was when I go through some website, there is a message in the browser that your connection to the this site is not secure. I want to ask, ma'am, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so many of the websites what we use nowadays, if it is genuine, normally we do have secure websites. You can see in the above link, okay, https://www. That means it is secure. The website is secure. It is having secure. Maybe the certificate is associated with that also. Digital certificate websites will have. That means the website you can rely on. If it says it is not secure, maybe someone might have marked it as insecure due to the previous history of the website. So such websites, we have to if we are visiting such websites, maybe for educational purpose also, few sites if we visit, they may say it is not secure. Maybe it has every website will save some cookies when we use it, some information into our system. So such system may have a risk of a security risk when we use it. That is what that particular information means. So we should try to avoid such sort of websites. Okay. Okay, so there are two things. One is the connection we use. Okay, now most of the time when you use a website, highly suggest use HTTPS. So it might not be that. S stands for secure, yeah. And also nowadays we can have digital certificate, which is telling that okay, we are authorized authority, and we will get this from the. So if it is in India, we will get it from Government of India, and there are related institution like CDAC gives the issues a certificate. CA, there is a CA. Yes. Mhm. Connection might not be secure. Connection is not secure. It is about. Okay, the type of network you use. So when we say security, actually three levels we have to consider: information security in general, and then the cyber security when we use all the data, which is a digital, and also then comes the network security part. It is also related to the devices, hardware security, what we use. If all three, at least all three, these are in place, then it seems to be secure. Though when we say secure, it does not never means that 100% secure. That is always there. None of the security experts will claim it as 100% secure, because when we say secure, the next moment the hacker or attacker will come with a new way to breach it, like ransomware, social engineering, also new techniques every other day. So the connection is secure depending on the type of it is a SSL. There are like secure socket layer. Okay, if it is involved, then SSL certificate is involved, digital certificate is involved. Then the connection is always, it will not say it is not secure. If it's a simple connection set up between two different devices, it may say it as insecure sometimes.
Yes, I got it, but I have one doubt regarding that.
Yes, sir.
Suppose your internet connection is not secure. That means my connection might be compromised. In that case, some government also website also shows that this site to this connection is not secure. So that means the device security might be compromised. I think so.
Connection and the device, you can try changing the network and see, sir. That can be one. It doesn't mean that you go and set up a new network in your mobile. If you are using the mobile network, you have a Wi-Fi at home, use a hotspot, change and see, no, using this connector with this device and see. Otherwise, there are many ways like intrusion detections, we will say. I have a network system. Without my knowledge, others might be using my own connection. That is also possible. There are various methods also available for that. So whether it is compromised or not, then we have to check using various methods. So one is try using different system, and also you can check your settings. If you are using a Wi-Fi, how many users are connected to that particular Wi-Fi? Apart from you, or someone else is also connected. There are various ways to check this. So just at least try for the settings with the setup box if you have something for Wi-Fi connection, or change the network and see. Changing network does not mean that change it entirely. Use a hotspot or move to another network, open the same website and see. If it is telling for all the websites you open, then there is some issue with the network connection. Might have compromised. But that we
I
have
have
to.
one. Excuse ma'am, I have one another question regarding the Android mobile. In
Yes.
that there are so many permissions are there,
Okay.
and in mobile there are so many sensors also there. But
Yes.
in Android, one important sensor is there. That important permission sensor is there. That Google has access. That it access the body sensors. That is explicitly given in the permission settings. When you go through that, there are some. It can access your physical activity. It can access your body sensors. So
Yes.
why this is important in the Android mobile? They don't have to deal with our body and the brain sensors and everything.
Okay. Sir, if I say, see, we use smartwatch. So I have this, so I'm just showing this. This also comes with an app, but not necessary for me to connect to that app. I can deny permissions as well. It will not affect my system. See, if I want how many meters I walk a day, okay, whether I want to see my stress level or not, okay, all these things, if I give permission only, it will take. It is not necessary, okay, I have to travel something or I have to connect Bluetooth, I need to give permission to access Bluetooth, I can give. But if I want to use Bluetooth device, I can connect. Okay, now if I want to use no the app Google Map, I have to give location permission access. So we have to give access for all those things. It will not automatically pick all the access. A user has a choice what access you have to give and not. So even I use Android device. So there are nowadays every device, every app asks for your permission, give access to photo, these, that, and all. But not necessarily we have to give. We can take a call in this one. If you want to use, see the smart device, if you want to use, you use. Okay, give permission only during that time. After that, you can otherwise it actually tracking you the entire time. This is also, I think you might have noticed, you go and purchase or maybe walk in some place, you will get notification, you purchase this also. You might have just thought about it. Okay, you might not want to purchase, you will getting a lot of suggestion, you do this, you do that, you visit this place, right? How they are getting all this data? Every device is collecting our information. So if we want to be secure, as sir mentioned, someone broke the ATM card and then they don't want to use, right? That is the only strategy. But can we do that? No. But we have to read and see what permission I have to give, what not. So that decision as a user, we have to take a call. Right now, at least we have that opportunity. Maybe later in future, I don't know how it is going to be, right? They keep changing permissions. We cannot keep reading I agree statements because it is so lengthy, right? So we will simply give I agree to most of the things. So few things, at least in the devices, we can avoid, give no access, okay, deny. There is allow and deny. So check all the settings, give deny wherever you don't want. Sensors and all, we don't have to, not necessary, unless and until you know you are a health fitness freak and you want to connect your watch to your mobile and then you are doing it, then our willingness, that's our willingness to do so. Otherwise, you have the option to deny it. Please check in the settings. Android devices do have the option to deny. I had denied few, so that's the reason I'm telling. So you can just check once for that.
There is one mobile application from CDAC, that is
Okay.
mKavach. It shows all the permissions accessed by the some apps, and it also shows which is the risky one, which is high risky,
Ah.
and it also shows about privacy of that particular app.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Do you suggest?
CDAC also gives a lot of provisions like mKavach, as you mentioned. You can also try using app, but that also comes with few permissions. But you can also see which app is high risk. Before installing app also, we should check. The rating is given, comments are given, reviews are given. Okay, is there any issue reported before related to that app? We keep installing every app nowadays. One mobile will have definitely 10 apps for sure. By default, few apps comes. Plus, we will also install a few of the apps, whether it is GPay, because it's easy to use. Nowadays, no one carry cash. No one has cash also in hand. You ask someone, give me some rupee, they do not have. Because we are into GPay, right? So, few things we cannot avoid, but we have to take care of few things at least. I think
One another question, ma'am.
Yes.
That Samsung A series is providing virtual private network that is secure. So there are so many companies like Google also provide, and also some Motorola mobiles provide. So is that network is fully secure, or they might compromise our device security?
So this is what I was telling. There is no 100% security. Though they claim there is no 100% security. Those who are working, because since I'm working in security, my research domain was also in security. You cannot claim anything new. You come. I had proposed an algorithm. I cannot claim 100% secure. They will say, see, as I mentioned, CIA, confidentiality, integrity, availability is there. We can say it is secure. But there are many other parameters also which might not be secure. So all those things, if they are covering, then only they can claim it as secure. But normally what happens, 90% might be secure. Virtual VPN, as you mentioned, virtual private network, it is secure. Cloud also provide a certain cloud computing, cloud if you access. Maybe they are using some sort of encryption to secure your data. That is the reason they are claiming. But it doesn't mean that it is completely secure. So as a security person, I will say it might not be completely secure. No 100% at all.
Is Android is more secure, or the iPhone is more secure?
Okay, so like I had used both. So in terms of usability, okay, Androids we easy to use. Even no expense also. The other thing comes with a lot of expense. People say secure because see, if something happens to the person, you give the phone locked by the other person. Even the company will not be able to open and see the data that is there. So that is also another reason with respect to device physical security people are talking. So if you format the device, anyone can use Android phone. If you lost your phone, people simply will format it and use it. But that might not work completely well with respect to Apple phones. So in terms of Android and Apple, Apple actually has lead.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes, Bedkar sir. Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Sir, even I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Vidkar sir, for coordinating very well within a short span of time. And no, he was very open to any changes with the title. There was always yes from him, so which was really motivating for me. And I'm very happy and glad to be part of this web series. And I will also take opportunity to thank Dr. Nisha Varghese, my colleague and friend, for introducing to this. Always happy to be part of this. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, 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 yes. Perspective must be different. True, true. Thank you. Thank you, participants, for listening patiently and actively asking questions. Thank you.